YNR Mega Highlight, Explosive Alliances, Forbidden Sparks and a Deadly Game takes over Genoa City. The latest wave of the Young and the Restless updates delivers a week so intense, fans won't be able to look away. Genoa City is on fire as loyalties shift, secrets crack wide open, and past grudges erupt at the worst possible moments. Lily Winters stuns everyone by switching sides, standing up for Kane just as his dangerous chemistry with Phyllis reaches a boiling point behind closed doors. But while Kane and Phyllis light up the GCAC, Holden Novak steps in to stop a confrontation that's seconds away from turning violent, pulling Lily deeper into conflicts she never expected. Meanwhile, Claire Newman spirals into a storm of truth and betrayal. Not only does she go head-to-head with Audra Charles, but she also learns shocking history that shatters everything she thought she knew. As these revelations explode, Nick Newman races against time, digging for answers that may be the only thing standing between his loved ones and disaster. And just when it seems the tension couldn't rise any higher, Matt Clark's shadow sweeps over Genoa City once again. His chilling move to corner Sharon threatens to repeat history in the most terrifying way, reminding everyone that his games are far from over. From Sharon's powerful stand to Phyllis's game-changing kiss that rocked the week before, Genoa City is spiraling into a series of confrontations, temptations, and dangerous lies that promise one thing: no one is walking away from this week unchanged. This is the drama fans can't miss. Every twist links to the next, and every revelation threatens to blow the whole town wide open. Stay tuned, the real shockers are only just beginning. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. Join us as we delve into the intriguing world of Young and the Restless, revealing the untold tales and hidden truths behind the headlines. YNR Monday, November 17th recap: Lily switches sides for Kane, Holden halts a brewing brawl. Monday's episode of The Young and the Restless brings shifting loyalties, romantic turbulence, and a showdown that almost turns physical. Emotions run high across Genoa City as several characters make surprising moves, and others start asking dangerous questions. Lily becomes Kane's unexpected defender. At the GCAC, Kane tries to enjoy a quiet drink, but Phyllis isn't about to let the moment pass without digging deeper. She notices Kane seems more settled than usual, and she immediately jumps to the conclusion that Lily had something to do with it. Kane stands firm, insisting his decision to pursue a new direction is his alone, even if Phyllis is convinced he flip-flops more than he realizes. Phyllis also isn't shy about pushing him to confront the blurred lines in his life, especially with Aristotle Dumas still haunting his choices. While Kane insists he's ready to walk away from the complications, Phyllis believes he's too tangled up to see where his identity truly begins or ends. After the tension softens, Kane follows Phyllis to her suite. Over a late-night drink, the conversation turns to trust, or lack of it. Kane questions whether Phyllis stole the missing AI program, accusing her of plotting to buy Arabesque for a fraction of its value. Phyllis fires back confidently, denying she had any role in the theft. Kane moves closer, switching from suspicion to seduction. Their chemistry spikes quickly, and the two fall into a heated kiss, leaving Phyllis thrilled she's captured Kane's full attention. Lily shocks Adam and Chelsea with her new attitude. Meanwhile, over at Society, Lily's entire outlook on Kane has shifted, and she wants everyone to know it. Adam and Chelsea are stunned when Lily announces she thinks Kane deserves a real chance to redeem himself. Adam isn't convinced for 1 minute. He argues that Kane was trouble long before the recent Dumas drama. Lily doesn't disagree about Kane's mistakes but fires back with accusations that Victor may have had a role in the AI program scandal. Adam urges Lily to stick to the facts, insisting there's zero proof of Newman involvement and reminding her that Kane made his own mess. But Lily refuses to back down. She wants Kane left alone long enough to repair the damage to his family, but Adam and Chelsea remain skeptical, believing Kane should take responsibility for the chaos he caused. After the tense exchange, Lily storms off to the bar, struggling with her resurfacing memories of Kane. She leaves him a voicemail, admitting she needs time and doesn't know how patient he'll be. Her message reveals a heart caught between resentment and longing, a mix that promises more complications ahead. Claire confronts Holden, and Audra crashes the moment. At the coffee house, Claire sits down with Holden to clarify the status of their relationship. She admits she had fun with him in Los Angeles but isn't ready for anything serious. She assures Holden she's done with Kyle and doesn't judge him for his past with Audra, yet something still feels off. Claire presses Holden on whether he regrets his involvement with Audra, but his vague, uneasy answer only raises more flags. She starts to wonder if his story about Audra is missing key pieces and questions whether he would tell her the whole truth if she asked directly. Before Holden can respond, Audra shows up and immediately starts taking jabs at Claire, mocking her for jumping from a boring Kyle to a guy with a reputation like Holden. Claire doesn't flinch. She hints she could cause trouble for Audra with a single phone call. Audra fires back with a threat of her own, and tensions flare fast. Holden is forced to break up the near fight, but Claire gets the last word. She pointedly reminds Holden of her earlier question, one that leaves Audra wondering what secrets he may be hiding. Today's next update. YNR November 17th spoilers recap: Phyllis and Kane ignite, Lily exposes Adam and Chelsea, and Claire faces Audra. A new week opens in Genoa City with tangled alliances, smoldering chemistry, and confrontations ready to explode. Monday's Young and the Restless episode previews bring a mix of heat, tension, and unresolved emotions as several storylines collide. Phyllis and Kane take their power play to a new level. The sparks between Phyllis and Kane continue to intensify, and Monday's scenes make it clear that their connection is becoming harder to ignore, for them and for everyone around them. Spoiler photos show the two growing more comfortable and more entangled, both emotionally and strategically. What began as a partnership built on opportunity now hints at something deeper, even if neither of them is ready to admit it. Kane, still trying to rebuild after the chaos of the stolen AI program, insists he's done obsessing over who took it. He's suspected Phyllis, Victor, and possibly both, but now he claims he no longer cares. Whether that's acceptance or resignation is another question entirely. Spoilers suggest that Kane is trying to shift his focus toward reinventing himself, a Kane Ashby 3.0, as he puts it, but emotions often have a way of derailing even the best-laid plans. Phyllis, meanwhile, seems more than willing to blur the line between personal and professional. Her steamy dynamic with Kane could either give her a powerful ally, or tie her up in yet another Genoa City disaster. Lily confronts Adam and Chelsea, enough with the attacks. Across town at Society, Lily reaches her breaking point. The spoiler photos show a fierce, no-nonsense Lily confronting Adam and Chelsea, and she's not mincing words. Newman Media's hit pieces targeting Kane have spiraled far beyond business rivalry. According to Lily, the fallout has struck her children and Kane's family, crossing a line she refuses to tolerate. Lily calls them out for stirring up trouble and twisting narratives to keep Kane's past in the spotlight. Adam may claim he's simply reporting the truth, but Lily argues their truth is carefully crafted to destroy reputations. It's unclear whether Lily is defending Kane as a co-parent out of lingering affection or simply out of principle, but she's clearly not backing down. This confrontation may also touch on Chelsea and Adam's coverage of other figures connected to Lily, including her ex Billy. If so, the argument could widen quickly, giving viewers a fiery three-way showdown fueled by resentment and long-held grudges. Adam and Chelsea's response remains to be seen, but given their track record, it's unlikely they'll admit wrongdoing. In Genoa City, everyone has an agenda, and the Newmans rarely fold under pressure. Claire and Holden sort through their Los Angeles aftermath. Back in town after a steamy and complicated trip to Los Angeles, Claire and Holden meet at Crimson Lights to address the elephant in the room. Their time away brought chemistry, clarity, and a few confessions, some of them involving Audra. Now Claire needs to decide what she wants next. The spoiler images show a serious but calm conversation as Claire lays out her feelings. She may decide to explore something real with Holden, or she might draw the line and place him firmly in the friend zone. Either way, Claire seems determined to make a choice centered on her own needs, not anyone else's expectations. Holden appears ready to accept her verdict, until everything becomes more complicated. Audra crashes the moment, and tension flares. Just as Claire and Holden finish clearing the air, Audra walks in. And if history is any indicator, subtlety is not on the menu. Holden already warned Audra that Claire knew about their past, so Audra arrives armed and prepared. Spoilers hint at a tense, awkward, and potentially explosive run-in. Claire may confront Audra about what Holden revealed, and Audra will no doubt have her own sharp-edged version of events. Whether it becomes a war of words or something bigger remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, Claire and Audra's rivalry is far from finished. Today's next update. Y&R week of November 17th, Claire learns the truth, Nick hunts for answers and Matt corners Sharon. A turbulent week is coming to the young and the restless as plotlines collide across Genoa City. From a dangerous villain making bold moves to relationships tangled with temptation and mistrust, the week of November 17th to 21st is packed with high drama and emotional upheaval. Phyllis and Kane give in to temptation. Kane Ashby tries, and fails, to keep his distance from Phyllis Summers. Despite promising himself that rebuilding his life should be his priority, Kane loses that internal battle when he finds himself alone with Phyllis at the GCAC. Their attraction quickly boils over into a heated encounter, leaving both of them wondering what they've just stepped into. This steamy development only complicates Kane's already shaky footing. With his family watching his every move and the fallout from his business troubles still hitting hard, his risky new bond with Phyllis could be exactly the kind of chaos he doesn't need. Lily starts seeing Kane differently, but is it too late? On the other side of town, Lily Winters begins re-evaluating Kane's recent behavior. After weeks of frustration, anger, and disappointment, she finally starts to understand where Kane is coming from and the pain he's been navigating. But her timing might be terrible. With Kane growing closer to Phyllis by the hour, Lily's new wave of sympathy may arrive after the damage is already done. When Lily crosses paths with Holden Novak, the two take a moment to vent about the chaos in their love lives. Holden, who had been hoping Claire might choose him, admits he's bracing for disappointment. Claire pulls back and keeps digging into Holden's Audra past. Holden's concerns turn out to be valid. Claire Newman decides to slow things down and makes it clear she's not ready to jump into a full-fledged relationship. But even while creating distance, Claire continues grilling Holden about his history with Audra Charles. Holden barely gets a chance to catch his breath before Claire confronts Audra again, and once more, he's forced to intervene before things spiral. But Audra isn't someone who accepts warnings or insults quietly. After Claire delivers some pointed threats, Audra starts plotting her own retaliation, convinced she can turn the tables. But her revenge plan may cause more trouble for her than for Claire. Claire turns to Nikki for answers, and gets a history lesson. Later in the week, Claire begins seeking out answers about her family's past. She turns to Nikki Newman, hoping for clarity, and Nikki does not hold back. Nikki walks Claire through the disturbing history of Matt Clark, a man whose crimes against Sharon and Nick left emotional scars that never fully healed. With Matt now resurfacing under his Mitch Bacall alias, Claire gets a harsh crash course in just how dangerous he is. Matt's trap tightens, and Sharon stands her ground. Despite Matt's disturbing legacy, Sharon refuses to be intimidated. When Matt ambushes her in her hotel room, she doesn't back down, even as his sinister intentions peek through his carefully maintained disguise. Whether Matt finally drops the image persona this week remains to be seen, but Sharon isn't the trembling victim he once tormented. Meanwhile, Victor Newman learns about Matt's latest moves and immediately joins forces with Nick. With Nick bent on taking Matt down for good, Victor begins offering strategies and support. Nick soon starts digging for information, any leverage that could expose Matt and stop him before he harms the family again. Noah and Sienna face a terrifying situation. Unfortunately, Matt is already several steps ahead. Noah Newman and Sienna Bacall become trapped in one of Matt's schemes, and with help from a corrupt detective bureau, Matt sets up a captivity situation that could turn deadly. The pair will need luck, and likely outside help, to escape Matt's tightening grip. A wedding brings light to a dark week. Amid all the tension, happiness arrives with Christine Blair and Danny Romalotti's long-awaited wedding. Their celebration brings rare sweetness, though not without a little expected chaos. And if Phyllis is anywhere near the ceremony, drama is almost guaranteed. Today's next update. Y&R Best Moments, November 10th to 14th, Sharon's power move, Kane's clashes and Phyllis's big kiss shake up Genoa City. The Young and the Restless delivered an explosive week from November 10th to 14th, filled with fierce confrontations, unexpected chemistry, and emotional blow-ups that pushed several storylines forward. From Sharon's fearless stand to Kane's rising tension with Adam and a kiss that turned Genoa City upside down, these were the week's most talked about developments. Sally fights for Audra, but hits a wall. The week opened with loyalty on full display as Sally Spectra tried to help Audra find her footing again. Audra's job prospects had dried up, and Sally took it upon herself to advocate for her friend during a meeting with Billy. Despite Sally's passionate pitch about Audra deserving a second chance, the offer was quickly shut down. Jill wasn't interested in bringing Audra into Abbott Communications, leaving Sally with the uncomfortable task of breaking the news. Though disappointed, Audra appreciated Sally's support, and Sally vowed she wasn't giving up. Their friendship, a fierce, flawed, and fully committed, continues to be one of the show's most refreshing dynamics. But with Audra's past inching closer to the surface, Sally may soon have another battle on her hands. Sharon shows her strength. Matt Clark messed with the wrong woman. Last week belonged to Nick confronting Matt, but this week was all Sharon's. Known for wearing her heart on her sleeve, Sharon surprised viewers with her unwavering courage when she approached Matt directly. There was no fear. No hesitation. Only a mother's determination. Sharon made it crystal clear that she wasn't intimidated by Matt's mind games, and she warned him, calmly but powerfully, that targeting her family would be a fatal step. The moment was a reminder that Sharon isn't the fragile woman Matt once manipulated. She's weathered storms far bigger than him, and she's done being anyone's victim. This confrontation marks the beginning of a much larger battle between Sharon and Matt, one that will continue to unfold in the coming weeks. Kane vs. Adam, a clash of outcasts. One of the most memorable scenes of the week came from a long-overdue face-off between Kane Ashby and Adam Newman. With both men considered outsiders in their own families, the tension was sharp from the moment they crossed paths at society. Adam couldn't resist needling Kane about his personal and professional struggles. He even celebrated what he assumed would be Kane's downfall, confident the Newmans had him exactly where they wanted him. But Kane didn't take the bait. Instead, he remained calm, composed, and eerily unbothered, which only rattled Adam more. Kane insisted he was starting fresh and that Adam's endless taunting only fueled his resolve. The moment hinted that there may be more fire left in Kane than anyone realizes. Adam and Victor might think they've boxed him in, but Kane's quiet confidence this week suggested the fight is far from over. Phyllis and Kane cross the line, Lily catches the kiss. Things took a sizzling turn when Phyllis decided Kane needed something, or someone, to distract him from heartbreak. After his tense encounter with Adam, Kane found himself sharing drinks, stories, and undeniable chemistry with Phyllis. Their flirtation escalated fast. Phyllis teased him about Lily. Kane pushed back. Phyllis encouraged him to stop chasing a relationship that clearly wasn't working. And before either of them could talk themselves out of it, the two shared a passionate first kiss. But the real bombshell? Lily saw it. The look on her face said everything: shock, jealousy, regret, and maybe even the sting of realizing she pushed Kane away one too many times. That kiss didn't just turn up the heat, it reshaped the love triangle instantly and set the stage for major drama in the week ahead. Preview: what's coming next, November 17th to 21st. The fallout from this week rolls directly into a fiery set of developments next week, and the drama isn't slowing down. Phyllis and Kane take things even further. According to upcoming spoilers, Kane and Phyllis won't stop at one kiss. Their attraction intensifies, and the two may end up in bed, making their connection impossible to deny. Lily starts reconsidering. But it might be too late. After witnessing Kane kiss Phyllis, Lily begins to rethink her harsh stance. She finally starts to understand Kane's attempts at repairing the past, but she may have waited too long. Kane's shift toward Phyllis comes fast, leaving Lily uncertain about what she truly wants. Holden and Lily bond, and a surprise kiss may be coming. Meanwhile, Holden is dealing with his own heartbreak after Claire pulls away and makes it clear they're not moving forward romantically. Feeling rejected and misunderstood, Holden turns out to be the perfect person for Lily to vent to. Their emotional overlap may lead to an unexpected kiss, a moment Kane could walk in on, setting the stage for a furious confrontation. Final thoughts. Between Sharon's fierce showdown with Matt, Phyllis and Kane's explosive chemistry, and the tangled web of jealousy and heartbreak forming around Lily and Holden, the week of November 10th to 14th delivered some of the show's best material in months. And if the previews for next week are any indication, Genoa City's emotional roller coaster is only getting started. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.